What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back with a new video. And today, we are going to be discussing the 2024 presidential tier list. Now, I have done a couple videos in the past related to the tier list, and I usually don't make them outside of them kind of being filler videos. That's what today is. Reason being is we have some important stuff coming up in a couple days. But just for today, because we're in this weird in-between time, this is going to be a quick filler video, discussing who are the best options for 2024 on the tier list. And a shout out to Ready Go Politics for making this. I was browsing through tier.com and, well, I noticed he made one, so shout out to him. We'll be using his today because that's kind of the one with the most consistent candidates who may have a serious shot of running. Some of them I don't think will run, but we just got to see what happens. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American Politics. That's a phenomenal deal as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. So just click that join button down below and you can help support the daily content starting today. Alright everybody, let's get into today's video. So like I said, I don't think all these candidates will run for obvious reasons. I mean, come on now. Some of these people are never going to run for president in a realistic scenario, especially 2024. But we're going to go through it anyways, discussing my opinions on who are the best candidates for 2024. And we're going to start with Greg Abbott. He used to be a D-tier governor for me. He's kind of risen in the past couple of months, in particular since, early 2022. I think C-tier. I think he would be a decent, mediocre option. He wouldn't, lose by a lot. I don't think he would win, but he would do decent enough in a state like Texas, Georgia, maybe Arizona, and he would only have to pick off one of the Rust Belt states to win. Plus, he is decent on the issues. I think overall C tier is good for him. He's okay on the issues, nothing really special, but C tier he goes. And we already got our first F tier, John Bolton. Do I gotta say anything? The guy is a hack. He's delusional. He seriously thinks he can hinder Trump's presidential aspirations. The only people that would vote for Bolton are the, McCain, Obama voters. The voters that voted for McCain in 2008, but then they flipped to Obama 2012, or Bush, Obama voters. You get the point. Bush, Clinton voters, etc., etc. He would win basically nobody in the primary. He may get like 2% of the vote. He's delusional. F tier, you go. Now we get Tucker Carlson. I like Tucker. Of course, he's one of the best people in the media. I think A tier. I think A tier is best case scenario. The problem with Tucker is, he would never run for president, first of all. Second of all, I don't think he would actually win. Especially in 2024. If it was a couple years later, maybe, but I think A tier is a good position to put Tucker Carlson on this tier list. I know it's kind of a meme option, but personally he is borderline S tier on the issues, and just for that I will put him in S tier, but with the caveat that he's never going to seriously run for president. Just him on the issues is what I wish the GOP would be. And we have another doozy. Liz Cheney, F tier. Don't think I gotta say much. She's gonna run as an independent. We all know this. I mean, she can't even win Wyoming. She lost what? She got like 30% of the vote, and that was with all the Democrats in the state voting for her. It's like, you're not gonna get like 1% in Iowa, let alone you're gonna win the primary? Give me a break. F tier, you go. Now we got Chris Christie. D tier. D tier, you go. Get out of here. I'm not spending my time on you. Just go away. Ted Cruz. Another C tier option. He's okay on the issues, but that's about it for him. Just my thing is, I don't think he would do as good as he would need to win the presidency. If this was 10 years ago, maybe. But he's okay on the issues. I think just C tier he goes. And we get to the first controversial pick. Ron DeSantis. I don't think I gotta say much. I do think he is. Oh man, no matter what I say, I'm dead on arrival. A tier. He is, in my opinion, one of the best options we got for 2024. All right. He's great on the issues. He's somebody that can win an election. And these people that going after him for some stupid stuff from 50 years ago, who cares what he did 20 years ago when he was, 22? Nobody cares. The criticisms against DeSantis for many things is stupid. And I should quickly make the caveat, will never run. Okay, there we go. Just had to quickly fix that because people are going to take that out of context. So yeah, S tier for Tucker Carlson, A tier for DeSantis. Doug Ducey, D tier. Like, you would do okay in Arizona, maybe. Outside of that, you don't have much appeal. The guy only won by landslides because he went against progressive Democrats. That's the only reason this guy won. It was an anti-progressive state, and he won against a progressive. Whoop-de-frickin-do. He's not that good on the issues. He's borderline generic on any issues that he's good on. He is just a generic boomer con conservative. Outside of that, nothing special about him. D tier. Nikki Haley. D tier. Haley should never be president. Nope. D tier. I'm not saying much more. Nikki Haley is the worst person officially running for president of those running outside of John Bolton. That's not saying much, but the only saving grace is her optics and stuff like abortion is good. That's kind of it. She is good on abortion. Even then, it's like, okay, whoop-de-doo. D tier, you go. Now we got another good one. Josh Hawley, S tier. Just like Tucker Carlson, his problem is he's not going to run in 2024. He may not run for president ever, which sucks because he is good on the issues. I do think he would win a presidential race, but I don't think he's going to run in 24. He's going to run for a re-election for that Senate seat. I think S tier is a good place to put him. Larry Hogan. Just D tier. Reason being is he did help us with redistricting, and he isn't the worst of Northeastern Republicans. Without that, though, he would be F tier. D tier just because he did help us with redistricting and isn't the worst moderate Republican you can have. Ass Hutchinson, F tier, go away. The fact the dude was worried about the Democrats reacting negatively about, social issue in Arkansas, give me a break. That's one of the most conservative states in the country, and you're worried about the electability for abortion or sex change stuff? Are you freaking serious? F tier, you're delusional. The fact he's also going to run for president is funny. John Kasich, F tier, go away. That just, no. No. Brian Kemp. Okay, now hear me out for a second here. I'm not the biggest fan of Kemp. He's a better governor than most people expect him. But I think in a presidential race, just hear me out for a second, he would be B tier. Reason being is, first of all, he has a conservative base. We saw this in the primary. He won 70% in the primary vote. Now, there was an exception because many voters didn't know Trump endorsed Perdue, but outside of that, he is conservative on many issues. Plus, he won by 8-9 points in Georgia. Now, that was against Stacey Abrams, but he did create somewhat of a machine, I guess that's the best way to describe it, in the state of Georgia. And he nearly helped Walker win, though clowns like Burt Jones, told Republicans don't vote. It's like, go away. Nobody likes you. But Brian Kemp, I think, would actually be a decent pick in the future. Not 2024, but maybe 2028. He could be a reasonable option if, say, something happens to DeSantis or anything like that. Like, he is not as bad as some people say. I originally did not like him, but yeah, screw it. We'll put him in B tier. I think he gets too much hate. Kristi Noem, D tier. Borderline F tier. What saves you is you do have some good comments here and there about some issues. Outside of that, D tier. Just go away. Mike Pence, D tier. I used to kind of like Pence, and it wasn't just because, what happened on January 6th. Just the fact the guy lied about, not having documents and crapping on Trump about it. It's like, dude, really now? Like, he's good on social issues. Don't get me wrong. He is good on stuff like abortion. Outside of that, no. Economics, he's a disaster. He's just a generic boomer when it comes to economics. D tier. Mike Pompeo, D tier. I mean, I gotta say much more. Marco Rubio. My favorability of this guy has risen. He used to be a D tier type guy for me. He was a C tier guy, but recent months, I think he's a B tier. I think he has become that B tier senator, borderline A tier senator from the state of Florida. He's better than Rick Scott. I'm here to say it. The guy has finally learned to shut up about cringy stuff, focus on issues that the base cares about, and look at it. People are starting to like him a lot more than they did a couple of years ago. And I do think he does have a bright future. I mean, he's only 54? If that's correct. He's not that old, considering the fact that he's been a senator since 2010. I believe, he is only 51. So he won't be a bad option. He has gotten better on many issues. There is some cringe here and there, but considering the rest of the options, he's significantly better than most of these other people. Tim Scott, D tier. Borderline F tier. What's your saving grace is you're not as bad as Lindsey Graham. Whoop-dee-doo. So D tier you go. Corey Stapleton. Don't know enough about you. C tier. Oh, this guy. The mayor of Miami. F tier. F tier. Look. Actually, D tier. Borderline F tier, you do every now and again have some good messages. Like, you talk to voters about how the Republican Party is the working class, blue-collar, populist party. But then he does stuff like celebrate Black History Month by painting all the cars in Miami that stupid African-American flag. It's like, dude, that's cringe. That is cringe. But he does every now and again have some good optics, but he's fairly liberal on some issues. D tier you go. You're not as bad as these other four, but that's not really saying much. Oh, this guy, Chris Sununu, D tier. This guy has completely destroyed his reputation in New Hampshire. What I thought was our best governor in the Northeast fell apart quickly. He is technically the best governor in the Northeast because you're all Democrats. Congratulations. You are a D tier option, borderline F tier. You had some good moments. In 2020, you had some decent moments, but ever since then, you effed us in redistricting, effed us in many other things, and you're not going to win the primary. D tier, you go. Teflon Don, A tier. Reason being, he still is, when he talks about it, the best on certain issues like trade, foreign policy, immigration, etc. And when he does stay on message, he is possibly the strongest candidate of anyone on this list. Now, there is a close second, or I should say, DeSantis, Trump, I think, are basically even. So is Glenn Youngkin. I think Youngkin is another one of those A-tier candidates. He's someone that I do think will run for that Senate seat in 24. At least I hope he does. I think he would potentially win that seat. He is a great governor considering the fact it's from Virginia. He has made the state a bit more red in the past couple of years as governor. And, well, he's created a new messaging platform for Republicans. Education and focused on groceries. That's what won him 2021. That's what should have won us 2022, but Republicans failed to capitalize on that messaging. I think he's a very good recruit. Now, he's not as good as DeSantis or Trump, but I think that Youngkin is very close, not that far behind DeSantis or Trump, who are tied in my opinion. So this, folks, is my tier list. As you can tell, I have a lot of Fs and Ds because some of these people should nowhere near be where they're at. But we have some decent options. Tucker Carlson, Josh Hawley, I think are our two best options. You could add Lee Zeldin here. Just they're never going to run for president, sadly. A tier, DeSantis, Trump, Youngkin. B tier, you got Kemp and Marco Rubio, who have grown on me. I will admit they have grown on me the past couple of years. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share it with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.